What's up, Gemini? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Tawny Michelle. We are not all love, light, twin flames, and unicorns over here, so please keep that in mind. And let's get into your reading, Gemini. The fire is being turned the fuck up this month for you guys, Gemini, okay? The fire is coming, so be prepared for the fire. Mars is moving into your sign around the 3rd or the 4th, depending on where you are in the world. Could be a little bit different. For me, it's like late at night on the 3rd Eastern Standard Time here in the US. So things are about to get really fucking interesting, not only in the world, but in your life, Gemini. And this is going to resonate more if you're a Gemini rising, but you may notice some of these themes if you are a Gemini sun or moon as well. So just keep that in mind and watch your other signs. When Mars enters your sign, Gemini, for the next 2 months, it's going to take about the next 2 months to go completely, through your sign. You are going to be wanting to act before you think. You are going to want to be speaking before you think. You are going to want to be saying a lot of things. You are going to be very, very driven to start speaking up, to start speaking your opinion, to start asserting your opinions, your thoughts, your ideas, which in a way, this could be a really awesome thing. Maybe you need to in some situation, but at the same time, you want to watch out for this too. It's going to be very easy to get into disagreements with people, to argue with people. It's going to be very easy to, like I said, speak before you've really thought about it or before you've really done the research behind what you're talking about. And so this month is a time where you could find yourself getting in, well, really the next 2 months, you could find yourself getting into some debates, some kind of frustrating situations if you're not careful, okay? So that's kind of the downside to Mars in your sign, but here's the upside, right? The upside is you're going to be extremely motivated. You may need to speak your truth. You may need to stand up for yourself. You can use this motivation to fact check what you're saying, instead of just holding on to something because somebody else said it or repeating what you said. Another downside, really quick, sorry, is that you could find yourself in drama or he said, she said, gossip stuff. So be very, very careful with that because I actually see that in your cards here as well. So, but yeah, you want to just, the upside is you're going to be very motivated to make changes, to start something new, to possibly do something new with your health, your body, your appearance, to exercise. You could be feeling very motivated to do something new, start something new, exercise, to really put in the dedication, effort, and work behind something. But on that same note, you may be feeling stressed and frustrated sometimes. You may have a really big mouth the next couple months because it's just things are just going to come out. Mars is quick, it is speedy, it is aggression, it is assertion, it is conflict, it is fiery. And when it comes into your sign, Gemini, this your mental sign, your air sign that's mental and deals with communication, you're going to notice that stuff just shooting out and you're going to be like, holy shit, I can't believe I just said that, So you want to be careful, but you may be motivated to start something new, to start a new project, to maybe do some writing, do something on social media, to, you're really going to be motivated to work on you, okay, to really work on yourself if you are really using this energy and not just using it to be an asshole to people, basically, right? I mean, I'm going to be real with you guys. That's a huge possibility that we're going to see with Gemini risings especially, okay? And on top of that, it's going to start squaring some of the things going through your 10th house of Pisces, your career sector. Okay, so, and this is going to happen on and off throughout the month, but you could definitely find yourself in some issues with authority figures, leaders, bosses, people that you work with or for. You could find yourself, feeling very future focused, but you feel like the things aren't living up to your expectations in some way this month in some instances, okay? So that's what I'm kind of seeing. That's like the biggest thing that's happening this month, in my opinion, that I'm seeing here. astrologically speaking. Also, you know, we have all this Pisces energy, which is your 10th house sector of career, you know, what you want for your future, your legacy, what you want to leave behind. So there's going to be a lot of focus on that, you know, creating something new or doing something new or different or beautiful or harmonious in your career field or with whatever it is that you're building that you want to leave behind for your future. Okay, so that's going to be a massive focus. You're going to be really focusing on, you know, what's my path, what's my place in the world, what do I want to do, etc., etc. So, on the 4th, that may be somewhat of like an intense but also very insightful day. On the 4th, we have the moon in the sky just making a normal transit, but it's going to oppose Mars in your sign after it just moved in. So that's definitely going to be a very interesting day. So that day you may be feeling some tension, or even some motivation. You know, it could actually motivate you. Squares and oppositions aren't always bad. Actually, they can really motivate us. So, you know, another thing that could happen this month is you could be really working on something for your future, or that you want to put out into the world, or that you want the public to see, or, you know, something that you want to last even beyond your years, you know, things like this. Now, also on the 4th, we have Mercury conjunct Jupiter, your ruling planet in the sky, conjunct Jupiter, which is going to be badass, and this is happening in your 9th house. So this could involve some kind of announcement or insight or decision to learn something new, to start some kind of new learning endeavor. This could be a new realization. This could be some kind of insight, you know, some kind of moment of insight, or even a conversation that's had, or some kind of event that really expands your mind and your perspective in some way, or really kind of guides you to possibly, you know, do something that's going to help other people. You could also see themes of education, teaching, or teachers. You could also see themes of your belief systems, your worldviews, you know, possibly wanting to expand, or feeling very optimistic, or wanting to travel, or something like that, if you can, you know, depending on your situation. So, but this could definitely be some massive news that really comes in that kind of gives you a major insight into something that really, you know, I think we all are going to need. I think this is, you know, really cool news coming in for you guys, Gemini, around that time. So anyways, so other than that, we have the Sun conjunct Neptune on the 5th. Or around the 5th, you know, it's not going to be exactly conjunct, but it's going to start coming into a conjunction. So probably from like the 5th to the 13th, you're going to be feeling this energy in your 10th house. Be careful this month, Gemini. You definitely have like this dream, this vision. Okay, that's what this month is really all about for you. This vision of like what you want, or what you want to do, your dream, or your career path, what you want to do out in the world, what you want to be known for, your reputation, your image, you know, your legacy, what you want to leave behind, this, that, and the other. But, you know, there may be some things that happen that could be a little too good to be true. And that's not going to be the case for all of you. For some of you, this might be a really beautiful time where you're like, holy shit, I'm so inspired, or holy shit, like, I'm doing this. I'm finally like putting one foot in front of the other and going after what I want. But for others of you, this could be some kind of authority figure that maybe, you know, is like giving you some kind of offer that's too good to be true. So watch out for that, you know, like don't, you know, if it doesn't feel deceptive, then it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, but if it feels deceptive, kind of take a step back and reevaluate. But overall, it's a really awesome day, or not day, but time period, like mid-month, where you're really going to be feeling that career, you know, future-focused, future-oriented energy, working towards your goals, your vision. You know, you're really going to get some kind of insight into what you want out of your future. So, on the 12th through the 13th, we have the Pisces new moon, which is going to be conjunct Venus and Neptune and sextiling Pluto. So this is going to be major. You know, this could be where you start getting that vision, and then around around the 12th or 13th of March, you possibly start planting seeds for that dream or that vision, what you want in the world, your place in the world, what you want to do, possibly a career goal or some kind of goal or achievement, or something that you want to manifest, something that, you know, that you want to do in your life. Basically, where are you going in your life is basically what this month is about for Gemini. So you're definitely going to start feeling that energy around that Pisces new moon. This could be a new seed being planted, you know, where you're really wanting to kind of like take off, and you know, you're possibly some kind of new beginning in the career, or new focus in the career field. So that's going to be really beautiful. Definitely let me know how that goes down below. So on the 15th, we have Mercury moving into Pisces, and this is what I was talking about, where I was saying, you know, Mars is going to start squaring some things in Pisces. So around the 13th, or I'm sorry, the 15th, when Mercury moves in, it's going to start building into a square with Mars. So that around that halfway mark through the month, you may start noticing some frustrations or some details that you may be rushing into and missing. You know, you may be noticing some disagreements or conflicts. So, you know, it looks like you're trying to implement something new. You're trying to finally go after what you want, what you desire in your life, Gemini, but at the same time, there are some kind of details that you're overlooking, or there's some kind of conversations that you need to have, or there's some kind of confusion, or you're wanting to rush, you know, and that's another thing with Mars in your sign. You're going to really want to do things quickly and rush and just blow right through things without really thinking about things, and your mind may be really busy. And so Pisces, Mercury in Pisces, your ruling planet in Pisces, is like, okay, slow down, you know, even look at the bigger picture. You know, you have to like, you know, feel things out, and, you know, like, you know, just, you know, you can really use this for visualizing things, but you also want to focus on the physical aspect and the mental aspect. So you want to find a balance between mental and physical for the most part, to where you're not, you know, just doing and not thinking, but also to where you're thinking too much and not doing, you know what I mean? So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what you could start noticing around the 15th, and probably for like a couple weeks after, honestly. So then on the, let's see, what do I want to talk about next? Yeah, on the 18th is, you know, where they really start, you know, squaring. And this could be kind of questioning your perception as well on things with Mercury and Pisces, you know, and then also, but on the 23rd is when they come into their exact square. So after that, you may be, it may kind of lay up a little bit, but for that like week or so, you may be feeling that energy really intensely. So anyways, on the 20th, the sun moves into Aries, which is your 11th house sector. And this is all about your networking, your social groups, your social life, acquaintances, friends, groups that you belong to, or your, you know, some kind of social groups that you belong to, social circles that you belong to, full of like-minded people. Also social media, and also, you know, your ambitions and, you know, your dreams and this kind of thing. So once the sun moves into Aries, you know, Venus is going to move in the next day on the 21st, and then there may start being a focus on your social connections with people, trying to get something out to people, or trying to, you know, somehow network with other people. So that's definitely going to be a large focus. So on the 21st, Mars is going to be getting pretty close to the North Node. It's going to come exact on the 26th, but for around that time, you know, from probably like the 20th to the 26th, 27th, you're really going to be feeling that Mars energy in your sign, because it's coming up on the North Node in your sign. And if your rising sun or moon are at around anywhere from, I would say, 12 degrees of Gemini to like 17 degrees of Gemini, you are really going to be feeling this energy, okay? Because this is probably going to be around 14 degrees, I think, of Gemini, where it actually makes its exact conjunction. But that energy is going to be like explosive. It's going to be like, I need to do this. I need to take control. I need to, like, you know, lead, whatever the case may be. So you may be feeling very confident or empowered around that time. You could be very push-driven or motivated or dedicated to do something or to step up in some way. I mean, this is going to be massive, massive energy. The North Node expands things, so it's going to expand that Mars energy. I mean, you are going to be, you're going to have something that is giving you some kind of cause, purpose to push you into a certain direction that deals with yourself. You know what I mean? Yourself, your health, your body, your appearance, new beginnings, doing something for yourself, your life in general. And Mars also rules the 11th house, you know, which is where the sun is. So there could definitely be a major focus on other people or social groups, alliances, networking, your dreams, your ambitions, things like that. So yeah, that's going to be very interesting. Definitely let me know. It seems like you're going to be really working on something this month, Gemini. Okay, on top of that, the major last thing basically that we have is the Libra full moon, and I'm gonna read your cards, by the way, but I just wanted to get this out of the way. But we have the Libra full moon on the 28th, and basically that full moon for you is going to be in a place for you that deals with your joy, your happiness, your children, sexuality, pleasure, anything that you do that really gives you joy, okay? That really, your happy place, you know, anything that makes you happy, that, you know, whatever. And it's a very fortunate house. So around this time, you know, there could be a major focus on getting back to something that you love, rebalancing some kind of relationship or romance, you know, possibly, you know, really maybe even ending some kind of project or something like that, but you're definitely going to notice those themes around that full moon. Also, one last thing, on the 29th of March, Mercury is conjunct Neptune and Pisces, and this is a big deal because Mercury is your ruling planet. So anything Mercury does, you're going to feel the most, especially if you're a Gemini rising, because then it's your chart ruler. So Mercury conjunct Neptune and Pisces is definitely going to bring possibly some confusion or feeling unclear about something, feeling like you can't see all the details, or it's maybe hard to communicate, or it's hard to understand something. Your perception may be a little bit distorted, or something along those lines around that day. You could have some downloads or really cool synchronicities, though. It'd be a good day to meditate. Just give your brain a break that day. I probably wouldn't be trying to use too much brain power that day, because it's going to be weird, you know, it's going to be a weird day. It's going to be a weird time. So anyways, but that is the astrology, Gemini. Let's get into your cards. And let me know down below if you liked this kind of video, like where I kind of go over the dates and the astrology first and then move on to the cards, because I've been focusing a little bit more on the astrology for these videos. But so we have new birth guarded vigilantly. Wow, interesting. We also have focus on the light, and we also have going beyond normal. This is very interesting. The new birth thing really makes sense with what I was saying before. Something new, a new beginning with Mars moving into your sign. And even the guarded vigilantly part is very much Mars in your sign, you know. It's like a birth of a new you is happening, or a new beginning that you're starting in your life somehow is happening, and you're like really passionate about this. It's a massive desire of yours, or it's something that you really have been wanting to do for a while, and it's like you're starting something new. And this is going to require a lot of your attention, a lot of your time, you know, a lot of your energy. But I think that it will definitely be worth it, even though there will be setbacks, you know, even though there will be small delays, details, there will be things that hold you back or that get in your way, or fears that come up, or little things that other people do that get on your nerves, or whatever the case may be. And I think this card is saying to really focus on the vision, to really focus on the vision that you have, what it is that you want. And that is what's going to help you deal with those things, you know. Find a way to work through those setbacks. Find a way to say, okay, yeah, this does not have to be, you know, I don't have to like this necessarily, but how can I use this to my advantage? How can I work through this instead of pouting about it or bitching about it or giving up because of it? You know, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give up, but you know, it does mean that it's something that you're gonna have to work through, and that's okay. And when you can accept that, then you can work through it. Now, with going beyond normal, I feel like Gemini this month, you're really actually being pushed to do something that is out of your comfort zone. You're being pushed to get unstuck from a way of doing something that's been very normal and comfortable for a while, but it doesn't it hasn't been allowing you to grow. And so this month you're kind of being pushed in a way to where it's like, okay, you have to think outside of the box. You can't keep just, believing what other people say or taking other people's words for it, especially with a month like this and even in April. You cannot, Gemini, just take other people's words for it. You cannot just say something because you saw it somewhere or somebody else said it or it's someone else's opinion. This is about getting in touch with your own opinion, doing your own research, thinking for yourself, going beyond the normal trends or popular ways of thinking about things. This is really thinking outside of the box, opening your mind. And this is what's coming up in your tarot cards this month too. We start off with the Eight of Swords. So, and I was actually, right before this came out, I was feeling a heaviness in my chest. So I feel like there may be something that you guys are scared of, or you're feeling victimized or held back in some way. You're feeling like something is unfair. Okay, you're definitely feeling like something is unfair, or you're blaming something or someone else for not being able to do what you feel like you can't do, right? And do you remember this tarot reading is general, whereas the astrology is general too, but it may be a little bit more accurate, especially for Gemini risings. But the tarot reading is general. So some of you may relate to some of this, some of you may not. Always come back at the end of the month too to make sure. But there's something here where you've been blaming somebody for a while because they betrayed you or something happened. Okay, something happened where you thought it was one way and then it's like a whole different way, right? It's like a whole different way. And so you feel like your dream has been discounted, like it's too good to be true. Okay, you feel like, how am I ever gonna get there? It's like way too good to be true. I don't know how to get there. And I have had all of these unjust things done to me. I've had all of these unfair things done to me. And this is where it's like, okay, well, how can you use that to your advantage to get to your goals, to get to what you want? You have this vision, and these things that happen to you, whatever this is, whatever this shit is that happened to you, actually led you to this vision. And that's what you're not seeing. That is what you're not seeing. You're not seeing how you can use what this is to get you where you want to go. Okay, so also this really goes with what I was saying. Be careful with your words this month, Gemini. Your words are going to be like daggers. They're going to be like knives. You're going to be like easily able to cut someone with what you say, with Mars in your sign. So you want to be really careful with that. So we have the vision, we have the dream, right? So now we're motivated, now we are working towards it. We're working hard, we're getting there, we're working towards our goals, what we want to achieve. We're putting in the work, we feel driven. But then you have the Five of Wands. So there could be some frustrations along the way, some setbacks. You know what I mean? Some setbacks. But here's what I'm seeing here. You are going to have to look beyond it. You're going to have to look beyond it. You are going to have to look at it from a higher perspective. Once again, don't get petty. You know what I mean? Don't allow yourself to sink and get to this petty level. Keep focusing on the goal. Keep focusing on the finished product, Keep focusing on what you have in mind for yourself, whether it's a career, a business, a job. Some of you guys could be seriously thinking about going back to school for something, or already going back to school from something. Don't let your own fears, your own fears of letting go of the normal, right? Don't let your own fears of letting go of the normal hold you back. Because you can do this if you really want to. You just have to really hold it down. You just have to really be determined and not let anything hold you back. So that is basically what I'm seeing. And even on the bottom of the deck, Gemini, we have the Sun and the Strength card, which really tells me that this is truly about facing your fear. This is truly about facing your fear. Focusing on the higher vision, the higher purpose, the higher meaning, right? The higher plot is at play here. Understanding how to face your fears so they don't control you, right? Because then we even have the Three of Swords, literally facing your fears, not letting certain events, heartbreaks, setbacks, delays, you know, shit that happens hold you back from what you want, from your own truth, right? Going beyond the normal way that you handle things or do things. So hopefully that resonates, Gemini. Definitely let me know down below if you enjoyed this reading. If it did resonate, I would really love to hear about it and hear how your month ends up going. So please feel free to come back as well and let me know if you see any of this stuff happening, or tag me on social media, whatever the case may be. I am like always posting on Instagram and some of my other social medias as well. So definitely follow me down below. I love you, Gemini, and I will see you guys in my other readings. Bye.